Welcome back to the PulpMX Fantasy Show presented by Maxxis Tire. My name is Donnie, and after a week off, back to action. And it will be a stress-free weekend, or at least a stress-reduced weekend, as we gear up for the third and final Triple Crown round of 2023, meaning 8 in the main, guaranteed. That means no zeros for you. As always, 5 riders to note when picking your team, tips for the FFL, race day schedule, and an early look at the team that I am eyeing up for Saturday. Stick around to the end to find out how you can win race shoes and autographed memorabilia. But first, some injury updates as we lose an all-star in the 250 class, as Cameron McAdoo's practice crash will set him out of the remainder of the series. Also missing from the support class are Kawasaki riders Dylan Walsh and Julian Bennick with injuries, but we will see Matt Moss return to the RX Suzuki squad. Also notable is that Anthony Rodriguez, the Moto Concepts Honda rider, will not be racing the 250 class this weekend. He is actually going to be on the 450 entry list alongside his new teammate Cole Seeley. HRC Honda's Colt Nichols does return after sitting out since Daytona with a practice crash that left him seeing Tweety birds. But unfortunately, we do lose fantasy darling Cade Clayson to a broken rib and collapsed lung following a practice crash of his own this week. Don't forget to keep an eye out for the red cross next to the riders to denote that they are out with an injury, as well as checking the box at the top of the page after qualifying is over to filter out all of the guys that didn't even make the trip to Glendale. All right, 3 guys to target, 1 to avoid, and a high handicap guy if you're looking to gamble. 250 All-Star is tricky with a lot of inconsistency out of the -1 handicap that Jet has, but I like Mitchell Oldenburg this weekend. The other Moto Concepts Honda rider comes in boasting a 6 handicap, and he has finished inside his max out range 71% of the time this season, best of all of the All-Stars. And with a worse finish of just 9th this season, that leaves a pretty high floor for Freckle in Arizona. Another 6 handicap that I like, but this time it's worth double points, Derek Drake. The RX Suzuki man has 3 mains under his belt this weekend with a 12th, 14th, and 13th place finish respectively. His handicap is a 6, due to him missing the main all the way back at San Diego, but with no heats or LCQs to deal with this weekend, he will be smooth sailing to get good points for us here. On to your 450s, the All-Stars remain difficult, but I'm going Chase Sexton. The 23 went 1-5-1 to win the Anaheim 2 Triple Crown, and then went 3-3-2 for second overall in Arlington. Despite his issues late in the race, he has finished inside his max out range 73% of the time in 23, and again, that is the best mark in this class. The guy that I want you to be wary about picking this weekend is Adam Cianciarulo. He has been on the uptick every week since returning, and I do expect him to keep that trend going, especially with short races and great starts. This plays into his strengths. The problem is, we need consistency and even better results in a Triple Crown. With a best place finish of 6th this year, even if he matches that this weekend, that's good for only 34 points, and that's a pretty low ceiling. And I do worry about how well he finishes if he doesn't get a great jump in even one of those long start straights. The high handicap hero of the round given to a rider with a handicap of 10 or more that I think has a realistic chance to score massive points this weekend if you're the type of person that likes to sweat out a little LCQ action for a big payout. However, remember that in a Triple Crown, the risk is all but eliminated here, as there is no LCQ, there is no chance for a zero. Tons of good options with so many main event guys staying home this weekend, but I'm looking at Dylan Schwartz. Another RX Suzuki guy for your 250 squad to go with Drake. Dylan has no business with a handicap that high, with main event finishes of 17, 15, 15, and 13 in his last 4 full-strength gate drops. The only blemish being his failure to convert last weekend, and missing the main after qualifying 17th. That won't be a problem here though, as we will know that he is in long before lockout. The track this week is just about half a lap from the gate to the first cross of the finish line with 2 rhythms, a whoop section, and a sweeper before the leap. 250 still hang on Jet, who has 3 of 7 this year, but RJ is a strong contender anyway if you want to have a counter pick. The 450 class saw privateer Kevin Moran's nabbed in Seattle, becoming the 8th different rider in 11 rounds. So good luck here. Smart money is on Chase or Tomac, who, remember, dominated the starts here in 2022. Weather will be of no concern this weekend as we head back indoors to the safety of State Farm Stadium for another West Coast round. Qualifying coverage kicks off on Peacock at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. The Patreon cheat sheets will be delivered at 8:30 Eastern to those who go the extra mile to support my work. And the basic qualifying cheat sheets will hit Twitter and Instagram about 9 p.m., an hour before the picks lock and the gates drop at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Before I show you my team, I want to talk to you about Maxxis Tire coming on for all 17 rounds of 2023 so I can deliver these videos for you. You know Maxxis Tire. You know their MX ST tire designed by the king of Supercross and my all-time favorite rider, Jeremy McGrath. It is the newest and most advanced tire in the Maxxis MX lineup, featuring an all-new tread pattern, compound, and composition to provide the stability, predictability, and traction that the upper tiers of motocross demand. Available at your local retailer and also at motosport.com. My Thursday team features Freckle as my 250 All-Star with a 6. I have Styles Robertson locked in at a 0, coupled with 2 Bar X Suzuki boys and Dylan Schwartz with a 10, as well as Matt Moss with the same. 450s, I like Chase in the Triple Crown. His teammate, the returning Colt Nichols with a 4, Rookie of the Year, Grant Harlan at a 7, as well as Privateer hero Kevin Morans, who has a 10. If you want a chance to win authentic race use and autograph memorabilia like this Jeremy Martin front number plate, consider joining me over on Patreon. For just about $1 per week, you are entered to win race use and autograph memorabilia, and insiders and above double their entries, as well as an exclusive podcast talking fantasy stats on every rider in the field, and those enhanced cheat sheets that come out every single Saturday. Link for that is in the description below. Do not forget to follow at RotoMoto and at PulpMX Fantasy on both Instagram and Twitter for injury updates as the weekends roll on, qualifying info, and stats and banter throughout the race itself, and those fantasy cheat sheets once qualifying is done and wrapped. Thanks, as always, for watching the PulpMX Fantasy Show presented by Maxxis. My name is Donnie. May your chiz this weekend. Remember that 8 is great and easy, and most importantly, have fun. Good luck, y'all.